Okay, there has been some controversies regarding the Supreme Court judgments recently, where, of course, the governor of River State went to the Supreme Court stating clearly about the 2024 budget. Apparently, because events have actually overtaken the issues, the governor had to withdraw that particular suit against the Speaker of the House of Assembly. Well, this time around, it's alleged Speaker of the House of Assembly because the status is not really clear right now. So the Supreme Court finally gave a judgment only, I think, a few days back, stating clearly that Amewole apparently is the true Speaker of the House of Assembly, but that so many interactions and so many interpretations as to whether Amewole is the Speaker. But some others are saying that the Supreme Court never really stated clearly that Amewole was a Speaker of the House of Assembly. As a matter of fact, the Supreme Court only made mention of the 2024 budget, that the 2024 budget was actually supposed to have been presented to the Amewole-led faction of the House of Assembly. And so we wanted to get some clarity as to that particular development. That's why we're having Higher King join us via Zoom this morning. Higher King, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Okay, Higher King,
Hello?
give us an overview of what exactly happened and how the news has been received in Rivers State.
Well, the truth is that a lot of people who does not understand the judgment thinks it's a victory. It's not a victory for the Amewole-led faction. The former House member. It's not a victory. But in Port Harcourt, a lot of people think it's victory based on the way some of them were interpreting the ruling or the ruling, so to say, not a judgment. What happened was actually that in law, when you start a matter, first and foremost, let it be noted that the matter that was struck out has nothing to do with the tenure of whether they are House of Assembly or not. That matter is not part of it. What they withdrew, what Fubara withdrew, was a matter that has to do with the presentation of budget. That is what Fubara withdrew. And you will also recall that that budget was for 2024. And now we are in 2025. Fubara have spent that budget. So it's no longer fashionable, it's no longer legal, it's no longer good to continue litigating on something that the rest has been dissipated, the rest has been destroyed. The matter has been spent, so to say. So the matter having been spent, there was no need continuing with the matter. Whether Fubara withdraws that matter or not, that is Governor Fubara, whether he withdrew that matter or not, that matter will be struck out by the Supreme Court. That was why I frowned at the cost that was awarded against Fubara. Fubara did not withdraw because he was afraid. He did not withdraw because he was about to be defeated. He did not withdraw because he sensed that something wrong will happen. No, he withdrew reluctantly. He withdrew because he fought his fight and was diligent in that prosecution by his lawyers. So he withdrew simply because it's now mere academic exercise. Falana was saying the same thing the other day. The Attorney General, Israel Dagogo, was also saying the same thing the other day, and I agree with them. But I do not agree with Falana to the extent that the cost was justified. The cost was not justified. Assuming we are still in 2024, will Fubara withdraw that matter? The answer is no. He will not withdraw that matter. So, because we are now in 2025, that budget has been spent. Is now spending the budget of 2025. So why are you continuing? Why are you wasting the time of the court? Why are you wasting the time of your opponent? So I would have even justified the cost if Fubara had insisted on continuing with the matter. We have had matters like that, and we withdrew. There shouldn't be any cost because the time has overtaken the whole thing. The time has overtaken the whole event. So there is no longer any case to continue with. That was what happened. But lay people or mischief makers, they begin to interpret that matter in a different way. Although I know that this is political matter for both of the political divide, they are all playing politics. They are not for the interest of the Rivers people or Nigerians. All of them, from councillor to the presidency, they are there just for themselves. That is what it is. Otherwise, if they are there for us, we wouldn't be the situation where we are today. So it's right. What the lawyers of Governor Fubara'S did was right. The only area I quarrel is the cost. I quarrel with the cost by the court. The court shouldn't have awarded the cost because he withdrew it reluctantly. He withdrew it not because he felt defeated, not because he felt afraid, not because he's tired of pursuing the matter. So it's not his making. So why award cost against him? So there shouldn't be any cost against him. And the right thing to do actually was to dismiss it so that nobody will come back to litigate again. And again, no who will come back. Why are you coming back? This is 2024 issue. So it's like when you say in law, quid plantato, solo sedit. He who owns the land owns what is on top of the land, under the land, and you encourage somebody to build on your land. You went there when the person was building, you encouraged the person, and the person completed the building. You even gave the workers food, gave them drink. You come there, you stand and gist with them. You didn't tell them it's your land. And after they complete the house, you now say you want to come and take the house because quid plantato, solo sedit, who owns the land. You ask them who owns the land, owns what is under the land, above the land, and on the land. So you now want to take the land. The court will tell you no. You encourage the man to build on your land. So that act has been now completed. They cannot demolish the house. They cannot stop them from stop building the house because you were there until they completed the house. So this act has been completed. That's what I'm trying to say. The issue of 2024 budget is gone. They cannot bring it back to spend it again. So the right thing to do was actually to withdraw it. It has nothing to do with the tenure or otherwise, or defection of the 27 lawmakers who have rightly defected and are no longer members of the Rivers State House of Assembly.
All right, that's the next question I was actually going to ask. I mean, what does this Supreme Court ruling mean? Does it mean that it confers legitimacy on the Amawele-led faction of the Assembly?
Not at all, not at all. Like I said, these matters are in segments. These matters are in bits. There are different matters. There are several of these matters. It does not have anything to do with their tenure. Their tenure, it does not affect their tenure. It does not say, it doesn't give them legitimacy. They are out. They remain out until further notice. So no, it doesn't affect their legitimacy in any way at all. It's simply the issue of presentation of budget, which some of us have a different issue, different thinking, different view as at last year. But today, our view is also different. And I completely agree that matter should be. I said it. If you watch me over the years, I told you, I said by 2025, that matter will be withdrawn. That matter enters January 1st, 2025, that the best thing to do, that matter will be withdrawn because the whole issue would have been spent. So there is no point keeping a matter, wasting the time of the court, wasting the time of your opponent and all that, the time that the judges will use to entertain other relevant matters, they will use it to be entertaining something that has to do with 2024. So that was why, and that is why I am saying that the cost awarded against Dr. Fubara'S is not justified because it's not his making. We are past 2024. We are now in 2025, and he's not insisting I must go on with the case. Cost is actually follows events. If I bring you to court unjustifiably, bring you to court to come and waste your time, to come and waste energy, then I can, and that the matter which we are talking about is still within time. And I withdrew, maybe because I was afraid, maybe because I want to refine it, maybe because something has happened. Then if we have joined issues, that means we have taken steps to reply, waste money, waste time, waste your energy, waste your intellect. I should pay you a cost. But not in this circumstance. when the withdrawal was not as a result of my making. I am not withdrawing for any ulterior motive. I am withdrawing because I have to withdraw. Even if Fubara doesn't go to that court, on Suomoto, the court, Fubara's lawyer say we are no longer going for that matter. Anything the court like, let them do. The court will strike the matter out. The court will take judicial notice and say, look, what are we talking about? What we are saying, some of us are saying, is that, especially the cost, but what happened in court does not have anything to do with tenure of the former members who has now left the House of Assembly for 1 year plus now going. So that matter will still come up. I think that matter has a future date. There's a return date on that matter. Until then, nothing changed. Nothing changed. No benefit. No nothing. The status quo is maintained. The status quo remains the same status quo. There's nothing at all. Nothing changed.
All right. For this particular question, I wanted to find out from you. One of the reasons why, the 27 lawmakers lost their seats was because they defected. And according to the law, I mean, it states clearly that if you defect, you lose your seat automatically. Can you talk us through that process, that particular portion of the law that says if you defect to another political party, if your party doesn't have any problems at the national level, or deficiencies at the national level, that quite clearly you will lose your seats. Can you talk us through that particular portion?
That very portion, section 109 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, it has become a national anthem now. Even the woman selling a crayfish in the market, when you tell her, say them violate section 109. If you talk to the Hausa man, Malam will tell you, to chicken, they see them for section 109, they went and left. They did not follow the due process of the law. So that is what is. Everybody knows it right now. It's a very simple thing. Before now, that's why I am very angry with our politicians generally. Now, the law from 2003, when I think 2003 or so, this defection started. You just wake up one morning, you are PDP in the night, in the morning you are returned. Yesterday you sat as a PDP member, the next morning as you are resuming in the house, you are now APC member, and vice versa. That was what was happening. It becomes so insistent that it became abused. And Section 109 was amended and now inserted to stop it, to make sure you don't just wake up and defect. You must give a cogent reason. For me, I think I agree too that you shouldn't just wake up and just dream in the night, and maybe the chairman of APC called you in the night and you say, now I'm going to APC, or the PDP chairman called you in the night, you now remember your former relationship with them, you now defect. For me, I think it's wrong. That was why that section was put in place. That section was put there to stop something like this. I think with this now, it will be difficult for any politician to defect. Have you seen any defecting since past 1 year now that this order is in court? None. I think it's a very good thing. Very, very good. So the intent of the drafters of the Constitution, the amenders, I think the people that amended the Constitution, I think it's yielding fruit now. I am very happy. I am one Nigeria that is very, very happy about what is happening now. Tell me, has anybody defected? Assuming they succeeded, you would have seen mass defection since last year, since 2023, when they defected. Have you seen anybody defecting? Nobody defects anymore. Because the people that have defected, they've not been able to find their level, to find their ground. That is why you see that it is good for us. When the court now finally gives it a final imprimatur, it will now become a permanent signature, a permanent, everybody, in fact, anybody that is about to enter politics will now know Section 109. You don't just wake up and move. So that was why that section was put there, and said before you defect, there must be crisis in your party. There must be problems in your party that will make you to say, I am no longer comfortable with these odd fellows. I'm no longer comfortable with this party. I want to move to the other party. You don't just wake up and do that. So that was what happened. And they just wake up. They say they even swore to an affidavit. For you to know that Section 109 is now very powerful, The people that swore affidavit went on television, flew flag of the other party, dropped their own flag, flew the flag of the other party, celebrated, turned around and was telling us that those things, they didn't do it. For me, at that point, I was very, very angry. I got so mad. Are you, for instance, now, you are telling me this morning now that this is night. You are insulting me. For me, I felt they are insulting Nigerians. It's big insult. You just wake up and you are telling me, Higher King, this morning, this afternoon is night. I said, what do you say? He says it's night. And you are telling me to my face. Videos I saw, affidavits I saw, and you came back on that same video, that same channel, and you are telling me that what I did, that I didn't see you, that you were not the one that was on air with APC flag, is an insult to Nigerians. The 27 lawmakers insulted Nigerians. They are insulting us. How can you tell me that? You can only tell a blind man there is no oil. Not to tell him, a blind man, there is no salt in this soup. There is no salt in this soup. The blind man will use his stick and break your head. That's what happened. I felt so much humiliated and insulted, belittled by these 27 men. I felt so sad. I felt so bad about it. Why would you say such a thing? Something I saw with affidavit, you say you didn't do it. That is to tell you how powerful Section 109 has become. So it's part of strengthening our democracy. It's part of making sure things are not done anyhow you like anymore. You know, somebody described this country, say it's a zoo. But I tell you, we have more than a zoo. We are in a jungle. In a zoo, the animals are controlled. The animals are controlled in the zoo. The lion cannot just come out from his cage and eat up any lion. That's what happened in Nigeria. But now we are going to be properly in the jungle. I mean to say, in the jungle, the animal will just wake up, eat anybody he likes. That lion will just wake up, as he was just passing, he will just see antelope. Antelope, where are you going? I'm going to look for food. Come here. I want to eat first. You eat antelope. But in the zoo, you cannot eat anybody. Everybody is controlled. So Nigeria is better said to be in a zoo than in a jungle. But I tell you, we are in the jungle. But with this kind of law, this Section 109 now, we are coming back to the zoo where everything is being controlled somehow. Although we are restrained in the zoo, zoo is not the best place to be, but we are restrained at least. But in the jungle, no restraint. Anybody can do whatever he likes. That is how these politicians behave. And they saw that section. They read that section. They assimilated that section. That section was interpreted to them by their lawyers, and yet they wake up and said, we have defected. So you should, whatever Chinua Achebe said, if you bring home faggot-infested firewood, lizard will come visiting. So they inflicted the self-inflicted injury. The injury they are suffering today, they inflicted it on themselves. Today you are defected. Today I say I'm not defecting again. The only aspect I'm angry is the insult they are giving us. That if my eye is blind, I don't have sense anymore. They are talking to a fool. That is what they're taking the whole Nigeria. The other affidavit is there, the other video is there. You come to another video, you say it's not you, it's not you. And so one of them saying it's not me you saw in the video. What kind of insult is that? That is why you see, again, the lawyers right now, we are becoming endangered species. The lawyers in Nigeria, if you are not aware, the judges too. Can any judge move on the street? Any judge, can any...
Higher King. Okay, Nigeria is not a zoo, and it's also not a jungle. I know we may have a bit of an issue here and there with our system, but again, we're also working towards resolving them in due course. I'm sure that's part of why we're also discussing these. Hi, Akin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so going forward with this particular conversation, I'm just wondering, it does look like some of these issues are mostly embedded in politics, much more than just the real substance of the issues. The reason why I say that is because we've recently seen defections, gale of the defections from opposition parties to the party in power, and nothing is said about those who have, defected. For instance, we have the man from Delta State, a senator who defected. We're even seeing another PDP member who also defected to the APC. And so it does look like nothing is happening in that particular regard. I mean, do you think that that particular section of the law, must be tested true and true for those who feel, disenchanted and by the fact that they are losing members to the ruling party?
Yeah, that is what I'm trying to say, that Section 109 is coming to become one of the most feared sections as far as politics is concerned in Nigeria. That's what I'm saying. That is why I'm challenging the judges now to do the right thing. If the judges put the final imprimatur, put the final stop to it by declaring that these people defected and they rightly defected and they are no longer members, it will send a very strong signal. But anything short of that will also reduce the respect of the judiciary, will deepen, will worse, like I was trying to explain before that interruption. Lawyers are now in danger. I'm telling you, I've gone to somewhere, unlike before, oh, barrister, welcome, welcome. I beg, more come out for here. People where they spoil Nigeria. I don't know whether you have heard that before. I beg, get away from this place. So I beg, I'm not going away. They put the police, they turn the police upside down. People wait depend on that. I'm telling you, it's local people. So as I'm talking to you, I don't even wear my frolic, my top jacket, that one that with the stripe line of the trouser. I don't wear it whenever. Immediately I come back from court, I remove. So when that one identifies you, especially at the, not just in suit. That one with lines and with the small monkey jacket we wear, I don't wear it. Immediately I come back from court, I brought it onto the house to change because of the insult we get now. Why the judges should sit.
Hello,
the judges should do the.
We just have to let it lead there because of time. I mean, time is not our friend. We would have continued this conversation, but because of time, we just have to let it go. But many thanks for your insight. We truly appreciate your thoughts on the topic this morning. We're back after the short break. Just stay with us.
Save Nature TV. News in your pocket.